TxDOT crews continue to work around the clock, clearing out debris and water after a high tide and heavy rainfall shut down Highway 87.
With our situation since Ike, it can't help but remind you of a hurricane.
It's underwater.
This is Highway 87. At one point, all the water flooded this entire highway, but tonight you can see the water is only in one lane. I'm about 6'3", and the water goes just above my ankles.
Local businesses like Gulf Coast Supermarket are expecting a profitable 4th of July weekend. But the weather and road conditions have Heather Warren fearing that the registers may stay closed.
It's a concern, yes. Yeah, it's one of our biggest weekends. We get busy on Labor Day, 4th of July.
And for many beachgoers, their commute is changing from land to water.
The highway closures have forced us to travel through Galveston. Right now we're on the ferry, and this is creating headaches for many drivers.
It's horrible.
Darlene Finkennan spent the day in Galveston, so it wasn't a big deal for her to jump on the ferry. But on Friday, she planned on traveling from Bolivar Peninsula to Jasper, which she claims would have been an easy drive if it wasn't for this.
I'll have to go through Houston and then back to Beaumont and up.
So this is a major headache.
Oh yeah, oh for sure.
A major headache for not only tourists, but the people who have to work all night long.
We've been here all day, pushing the debris off the road, and we're going to have some relief here pretty soon.
On the Bolivar Peninsula, Michael Seiden, 12 News HD.
Look out, drivers. The electronic eye of the camera watching you here, and here, at every angle, making it virtually impossible to run a red light without getting caught.
That tends to make you think twice about running the reds, and here in San Antonio, I've been here about 3.5 years. That's a big problem.
Drivers seem to be taking it well that the red light cameras have been installed at 4 different intersections here in Balcones Heights. But City Councilman Steve Walker has been against the cameras all along.
But the statistics showed that rear-end collisions went up 15% based on somebody comes up to the light, sees it real quick and hits their brakes, and of course the person behind them doesn't have time to stop and hits them.
That's not how City Council members who voted for it feel. They believe the cameras will save lives. When the driver runs a red light, the snapshots begin, and a series of photos, including the vehicle under the red light and the license plate, are captured. That red light runner will see the ticket in the mail. So as they put it,
You pass it, you pay it. That's it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go, jump!
The Chauvin family didn't have to travel far to find a place to cool off Tuesday after their power was knocked out by a 90-foot oak tree that crashed here. 475 Entergy customers lost power.
To me, it sounded like a car accident, a really bad car accident.
Officials believe that this massive oak tree was rotting. That caused the tree to fall on top of this power pole, which set off a chain reaction, bringing down about 8 to 10 wires.
Entergy responded at about 9:30 Tuesday morning, and it took crews until about 6 in the evening before the power was restored. Branches and wires littered the sidewalks and street, and when Christina Chauvin saw the debris, she couldn't help but think about her 2 young children.
Part of it landed like on the sidewalk where they play, so yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking.
We tried to talk with the owner of the home where the tree fell. She wasn't home at the time, but neighbors say she was shaken up but doing well. All along Laurel Avenue, people are doing well now that the power switch has been flipped back on.
I did not want them to come in here and invade us in any way.
In 30 years of business, Sandra Jones has seen dozens of hairstyles, but she has never seen anything close to what happened here Thursday night at her Beaumont hair salon.
She was finishing up with her final 2 clients of the evening. She was sweeping up the front of her shop when she looked to the right and saw 2 men approaching her.
I was just swinging and hitting and beating them and beating them.
Defending herself, the 52-year-old Jones began pelting the men who were carrying semi-automatic handguns with blows from her broom.
I was calling my customer's name.
But her customer was under a dryer.
So she didn't really hear what was going on at first.
Jones claims that she continued beating the 2 men until her client came to the rescue.
She finally heard me and came up toward the front of the building right here, and they ran.
The robbery attempt was unsuccessful, but Jones now believes these safety lights may not be enough. She's considering adding cameras as well.
From now on, we'll be able to see them before they see us. We'll see them first.
And despite the traumatic experience, Jones returned to work Friday afternoon, which came as no surprise to her clients.
That's typical of her.
She's a warrior.
She's a fighter.
A fighter who has always been committed to her clients no matter the circumstance.
I told you we were discombobulated. Yeah, I told you so. I've been knowing I know I can play basketball.
And it's all about us. It's been all about us all year.
It's amazing how defense kind of keys your offense.
The Lakers just figured out the formula for winning. I guess you can't blame them. The Lakers watched the Spurs with envy in games 1 and 2. The 24-point Mother's Day massacre left me feeling, what's the word I'm looking for, Pop?
Just drubbed us.
That's right, a little drubbish. And there's only one cure for that.
Just a plain t-shirt?
A t-shirt, yeah, maybe with a pocket.
I would say ranging around $100.
Depends how much you want to spend. If it's rodeo, man, you're going to spend $5.95. Since it's rodeo, it's going to be $599.
Now that's absolutely highway robbery, or as Pop would say,
just drubbed us.
Why do they call it rodeo?
Sounds fancy. It's bougie. That's how you say it, rodeo.
But it's spelled rodeo.
It's not. We're not in Texas.
With rodeo?
Well, being from San Antonio, you'd have to turn in your spurs and boots for an outfit down here. For a pair of socks.
Rodeo drive. Rodeo is where horses are playing.
Rodeo or rodeo? Call it what you want, but everyone around here just can't handle the truth.
Who holds the NBA championship right now?
The Lakers.
Who won the NBA championship last year?
Spurs.
Who is the NBA champs?
Kobe Bryant.
Lakers.
The Lakers. But if San Antonio wins, that's fine too. It's okay with us.
I'm so glad that we determined this, and it's still rodeo drive.
In Los Angeles, Alex Balakian, News 9 San Antonio Sports.